Good morning, everyone. Jeni Ji, and thanks for tuning in. So make sure you hit that button, as I always say, down there in the corner to subscribe to my channel to get these videos and content and notifications and so on, and to join me whenever I'm doing free clairvoyant readings right here on my YouTube channel. So in order to catch that, you've got to subscribe to my channel. Join me on Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins, and I'll follow you right back as well. So I wanted to wish, of course, all of my friends and family in the USA a happy, happy, happy Thanksgiving. How many of you had a great Thanksgiving? You know, I always take a look at Thanksgiving as what am I grateful for? What am I thankful for? Even the littlest things. The smallest things is what I'm truly grateful for. It really doesn't take a huge, huge world or something extravagant to make me happy. I like to keep things very simple and actually low key, believe it or not. I really do. I keep things to myself and so on and so on. So let me know how it went. What did you guys do? And so on and so on. You know, even if we're by ourselves and we are not celebrating the holidays with anybody, it can get, you know, of course, lonely and such like that, but it really comes down to where is your mindset at? You know, I've spent a lot of holidays on my own. You know, when I worked on Call It the Hospice, I would say, book me in through all of the holidays. I would rather be of service helping other people than sitting at home by myself. So we all handle things in our own way. So go on your own comfort zone, because this week, from the 29th of November into December, we're already in December at the end of the year. Like, oh my gosh, right? You are going to be transcending this week, working through some old healing wounds that you were triggered from. Your soul will purposely bring up situations or past memories that, you know, we're still healing from, that we're still letting go from, and so on. I mean, November 28th was when my dad had passed away, you know, and there's certain memories, you know, that we reflect back to of sadness, you know, and our soul does that on purpose to help you heal and help you work through these energies of what still needs to let go. And as you're transcending your soul, you're going into ascension. Ascension, releasing. Your body will feel different in many different ways. And you're especially going to find this week that you could be more focused on your physical health than anything else. You could be like, wow, what changes do I want to really make on the inner and the outer? If it's wellness, mental, emotionally, spiritually, but especially physically. You know, we are in Mercury retrograde as well. So with Mercury retrograde, it's a really, really good time to focus on your health, you know, to be booking appointments, you know, with wellness, with natural healing modalities, with your doctor for your medical needs or whatever. Take care of yourself. Really take care of yourself, because you're going to really be seeing that this week of, wow, you know, what do I really want to change, you know, in my physical body? You know, we could be, you know, at a really good weight and looking really good, but there's always something we're like, well, I don't like how my hands look. I don't like how my hair looks. I don't like whatever it is, right? So don't put yourself down, you guys. You know, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect. So we are starting off this week with the Sagittarius new moon, and we have 2 new moons this month and a full moon in December. A very powerful month. December is all about the higher consciousness. Like I channel myself with the Christ consciousness, and I get messages from so many different beings and angelic beings and ascended masters and so on and so on and so on and so on. I don't just channel from one energy. No, whatever messages I'm hearing. I'm also an animal communicator, so I hear messages literally nonstop. So whenever we're chatting, I start getting messages coming through. For those of you who've already booked readings with me, you know how I am. I'm like, oh, wait, I got a message coming through from so on, or from this person, or for you specifically about this or whatever. I just kind of go with the flow and see what messages come up. Some of you as well, especially with this new moon. New moons are more powerful than full moons because they're new. So new moons can be, sudden endings, a lot more deaths. Like even my dad passed away on the new moon. I asked Spirit, have him pass on the new moon. I could feel it coming up. And when you get that call from the doctor, it's just like, what, I had to hurry up and pack a bag and like rush right up because I knew. So new moons, there's more passings of your animals and your loved ones as well. Sudden endings. This week is all about surprises coming up. Expect the unexpected. You could be also feeling a lot more tired, especially during this new moon time. Our sleep could be off. And really pay attention to what dreams you're getting when you're sleeping. There's a lot more vivid dreams coming in from your loved ones, your angelic tribe, your angelic team, from your soul, and so on and so on. You might be like, I really, really, really need to do some soul searching this week. Like, I don't know where I'm at. I don't know what I want. And as you're walking into the unknown and transcending with ascension, you might feel a little bit, where am I going? Have I made the right decision? What decision do I make? What do I this? What do I that? So when you're overwhelmed, sit back and really reflect on what's important for you. And especially, what do you really want? What are you desiring? What changes do you truly want to make? This is the time to set your intentions. Start creating your vision boards. You might be on that already for next year. Like I do a vision board every year, as I mentioned to you guys. And this year, actually, I've really accomplished a few major goals that I had set for this year, which I'm very grateful for. However, I didn't sit back. I worked hard, really hard, making changes and making things happen. And sometimes we don't realize it because we're on the go. And we don't really pay attention until somebody might say something, or we look at something and they're like, wow, I can't believe actually I completed that, or I've almost completed that, or this or that. So really take time and really pay attention to where you're getting drawn towards. Like I keep hearing messages from Spirit for me. I always ask Spirit, okay, I'm just saying, we need to have a talk, right? And I'm getting pulled more into, doing something that actually is on my vision board, but I'm like, I want to get these things done first before I go into that direction. So as we're getting closer to 2025, my soul is starting to say, okay, now let's start taking a look at this. When do you want to make that happen? So it's been in my thoughts, it's been in my mind, and I'm like, okay, yeah, of course it'll come together, divine timing. And I might get very spontaneous and boom, book something at the last second and make something happen at the last second. So I just kind of go with the flow. This week is all about spontaneity as well. It's a really big week for you guys. This new moon will really, really push you. It's like, set your intentions and try not to have surgery during that time as well. Sometimes we have to, of course, we have to, I get that as well. Right. I might have to have a couple more surgery procedures myself, but I'm like, okay, let me just kind of get certain things done and out of the way and take a look at what timing and certain things like that, works. And you don't know either what their schedule is like and what things are going to happen. right? So sometimes we have to trust the process. So December 6th, happy birthday, Samantha, to my niece and over in the UK and England. Of course, I'll be reaching out to you that day. So there's a lot of things happening. You guys. You're going to be more flexible this week. You're going to be wanting to really heal and resolve these past inner wounds. Ancestral healing coming up. December, like Thanksgiving and holiday seasons can really bring back certain memories, as I mentioned. So as we start reflecting and looking back over people that we have lost, who has passed on, or just certain friends that we haven't connected with. Mercury retrograde, of course, we're still in. It's going to end mid-December, thank the Lord, but we'll talk about that at a different time. So you probably have noticed certain people have come back from your past and reconnected with you. Some of you have invited them in. Some of you are like, oh, that's just not going to happen. I'm just not really wanting that at all, right? So the 29th and 30th now. How many of you have been like, wow, I need to start decluttering my place? If it's your living environment, it could be your vehicle, it could be your office, it could be your car, it could be your mind. Even as I've unpacked into my new place here, I'm like, wow, I got a lot of stuff. I know I do, right? So I always donate things. I always donate a lot of things to the shelters, or I give things away and such like that. And even yesterday, I'm like, it might get to the point I might just want to be living out of my suitcase and kind of having a small environment, so we'll see what happens. Right. I'm like, okay, Spirit, how much time longer do I have on this planet Earth? If I'm getting closer to the end, hey, let me know. I'll get rid of my stuff and I'll live out of my suitcase and I'll live on my bucket list. So it's just like, just kind of talk to your soul, see where you're at, see what you want to achieve, and see what you don't want. It's not like you're inviting things to, okay, I want to get a sickness and pass on. No, absolutely not. This is part of your healing process. This is part of your transformation this week. You are transcending forward. We will have ascension symptoms as well. Hot flashes, cold flashes. It's not just because of menopause, right? There's guys out there too. You might be feeling more headaches and stuff like that. And especially as you go for medical checkups and get routines done and make changes physically, you're going to be like, I want to change this, or I want to change that, or, whatever. Maybe I want to change a new hairstyle. Maybe I want to get a new cut or color or style, or, maybe I want to change my wardrobe. Maybe I'm just tired of certain little things. Make those changes. Really listen to your soul. Really listen and follow what feels right for you. You're going to find that as well midweek, you're going to be like, career, I'm just done with this. I'm just done with the career I'm at. I'm just done with my job. I'm done with my business connections. I'm done working towards this. That's just not working anymore. All of these things. You have been showing red flags. You have been showing just what is not working anymore. I'm just tired of it. Why should I have to be the one that's constantly doing this or pointing that out? No. So you could make sudden endings this week, and it could be during the new moon. I'm just saying, there's unexpected surprises coming for you. There's new opportunities. There's new doors going to be opening up for you, especially the second and third this week. You might get a sudden surprise of, wow, the job that you wanted just came up. The team you wanted to hire has just reached out and say, we can add you on now. You might be like, wow, that place I wanted to move to is now present. You could be like, wow, all of these things. Let me know, make some comments, you guys. That's why I do these cosmic vibes videos, to help you guys understand why things are happening this week, and on certain days as well for you. You're going to be tuning in and meditating more. I have so many different projects I'm working on and have been working on, and stuff that I'm, projects I'm going to be going back, and new projects I'm working on in 2025. So you're going to be reflecting on a lot of that too. Certain individuals that I thought that I wanted to help me, not interested in anymore. They have shown me that they're just not the right fit for me. So this is why I'm saying, if you really want to make changes, you got to do some research. You got to check into things or look out. Okay, spirit, this is what I want. What is it that you desire? What is it that you want in what direction? So on the 3rd and the 4th of December, you might actually find that those days you're really challenged to, gosh, like, what do I want to do? Like, what direction do I want to go? And it's also going to be a sign, okay, let's just slow down here. Let's not just like make any rash decisions. It's like certain things I keep on hearing from spirit. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm drawn towards this and that. Should I do this in 2025 and put this other thing on hold so I can kind of do my bucket list things, and then we'll see where we're at the end of the year. So you don't need to have all the answers right now. Just start writing it down on your vision board. Okay, this is what I want to do. Don't worry about how that's going to come in. Be very specific, very detailed. And you will see how things just automatically open. Things will just automatically open for you when you're open to receive, but you can't push anything. You can't force anything. As I was watching someone, on social media who I connect with every now and then, and he was away somewhere, and I'm like, yeah, that's where I want to be and what I want to be doing and such like that. And he was just on vacation. And, I reached out to him and I says, have you ever thought about doing this? And he's like, oh my God, that's such a really good idea. I might consider that. And I'm like, if you do, let me know. You can sign me up. So your destiny and your direction can instantaneously change like that. People say, well, isn't this in my destiny, Jeni? Isn't this what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm getting these signs. And I'm like, you can change your destiny at any given time. You are the creator. You have the will to say yes and to say no. I get new opportunities all the time coming up, and some of them I'm like, yeah, actually, yeah, sign me up. Or, what, that sounds really good. Keep me posted. Or, yeah, I want to make these changes. I'm not happy with this and I'm not happy with that. I'm open to the new, or whatever it is. Somebody could propose to you and you could be like, wow, yes. And then in the back of your mind, you could be like, I don't know about that. So really reflect, because you are going to be reflecting this week. And this is why it's like, shake off that extra stress, like exercise. This is why I'm saying physical changes you're going to get drawn to, and it might even be around the 3rd and the 4th, even more. Maybe some of you might actually weigh yourself and be like, oh my God, I'm not where I want to be, or whatever it is. It could be like, okay, I need to start implementing things. Or some of you guys, you might be like, I want to be a muscle builder, or, gain more muscle and tone myself up. That opportunity can happen at any time, right? Like, I'm somebody that I walk into the unknown. I'm a risk taker myself with certain things. That's just myself. That's just me, because it's like, sometimes we have to do certain things, and we're like, I don't know if this is going to work or not. I don't know if that's where I'm supposed to be, even though we're kind of, I don't know, it feels right, but I don't know. We can kind of walk into the I don't knows of the unknown, and that's how you're going to find out. Is that what I wanted? I don't know. Or yes, this is exactly what I wanted. Or we could jump into something or change something and be like, I thought that's what I wanted, but I don't know anymore. So you're going to be going through that the month of December as well, and especially this week. So that's why it's like, just start writing it down, because you might find even on the 5th and the 6th, just be a little careful if you are traveling those days, by the way, because the 6th also can be a really off day. It can be a lot more violent and argumental and stuff like that. Depends where you are, because it can also be a day to really start communicating better. And you might even find that day of, you know what, I'm tired of these conflicts with people or situations. This is a day that, you know what, I just want to have peace within. I'm tired of the struggling. I'm tired of the conflicts. I'm tired of the drama, and when you're being authentic and speaking your truth and everything like that, does this resonate with me and so on and so on? Or am I just kind of talking to a blank person, a blank wall that they're not open, they're stuck in their ego, they don't want to be connected with their heart. So I'm going to start walking the opposite way now and setting boundaries and self-love and self-care, or maybe I want to really reach out and have a talk with that person to resolve these situations that we've been in conflict. And it very well could even be, with Mercury retrograde too, past people coming back, or maybe you want to reach out to somebody in the past and say, hey, you know what, like, we've had this conflict, or we haven't talked to each other in years, or we had a falling out, or, I just want to resolve this somehow. And we might not resolve the situation. Maybe I just want to say my piece and forgive you, or maybe I want to say I'm sorry so that I can move on myself with a peace of mind, knowing that at least I actually came to terms with things, that I actually acknowledged my soul and my heart, that, you know what, I could have been, said something or done something that I've had time to review, and you know what, I'm sorry. Or, somebody could want to apologize to you. If somebody wants to apologize to you, be really open to that. It doesn't mean you're taking them back into your life and getting reconnected and all of these things. I know all walks of life. I connect with so many different people every day, like every day, all walks of life. And, we are all one collective, really walking the planet here. We've come down here to, walk on our journey to resolve issues, learn lessons. There's so many reasons why we're here. That's why I also do past life akashic record readings, and you're going to be like, wow, where can I really find my peace? Where do I really feel more at peace? I mean, I love nature. I do photography, as a way, as part of my meditation and so on and so on. And met some extraordinary new friends and amazing opportunities that have opened for me and such. And, it's all about the journey of self-discovery and working through things. Because if you run away from situations, it's going to follow you. So you could be somewhere on a vacation at a beautiful location, and you could be like, wow, that's not working for me anymore. Oh, but I love it here, but I'm just going to ignore it. You can't ignore things. You have to really embrace it. You have been cutting out certain people throughout this entire year, especially with it being a universal 8-year, working more on yourself, self-reflection, and so on, and just seeing different people that you just don't connect with anymore, that you don't resonate with anymore, that you're like, I do wish them the best. It doesn't mean I'm going to be hanging out with them or re-hanging out with them or whatever, but they're still in my heart. They're still in my heart. And I always reflect back into certain memories we've shared together and such like that. And, wishing them the best, but it doesn't mean that we're going to get together, see each other again either. Right. So we all handle different things different way. And it's really important that you really nurture yourself and take care of yourself as well, because even our planets, they do affect our body and your animals' bodies in different ways. So you might even find on the first and the second, your liver and your hips and your thighs are a little bit more sensitive. Pay attention to your animals as well, especially during this new moon. Have you ever noticed that all of a sudden you will see that there's different animals passing away all at the same time, or different deaths that we hear of or that we see all at the same time? Certain energy periods can push that even more. A new moon is a very peaceful time to pass certain times of the year. That's why I was asking the universe to take my dad on the new moon, which actually happened, and I was with him when he passed, and was holding his hand. And the second that he passed away, my nose started bleeding. And my dad was known for his nosebleeds. So I'm like, oh my goodness, I had to like, where's the Kleenex, you know? And I had to kind of get that under control before I buzzed the nurse to say, you know, I believe my dad has just passed. Can you come and check? So, you know, it's certain times that you are going to be reflecting back onto. So 29th and 30th, your genital area might be a lot more sensitive too. Right? Your dogs as well. Calf, ankles, and shins you might find on the 3rd and the 4th and the 5th. You know, even that can combine, even entwined with it. So just be careful with your bodies, you guys. Like that's why I'm saying this week, you're going to be more physically in tune with what you need to change. You know, sometimes you might be like, wow, I really need to distance away from dairy or meat or sugar or carbs, or maybe I need to, you know, start a detox. Maybe I need to drink more water, maybe like certain things like that. You're going to find that, yeah, I really want to change my wellness, my routine, my health, all of these things. So really pay attention to that. Really pay attention to that, because even making the smallest little changes, you will start to notice it. So let's talk to the cards, see what the universe has to say. I don't use cards whenever I do readings. I'm a clairvoyant psychic medium. However, because we are here on YouTube collectively, I'm going to pull a couple of cards to see what the messages are. So because there could be more romance coming in this week with surprises, as I mentioned. Surprises coming in, expect the unexpected, especially with this new moon, the 1st and the 2nd, really pay attention. We're going to talk to the Romance Angels by Doreen Virtue and see what messages are coming in. And let me know, like, you guys resonate with the cards and such, because, you know, not everybody will. Not everybody is in a relationship. Not everybody is getting married. Not, you know what I'm saying, right? So keep your heart open. Just really pay attention to what you want. What qualities are you wanting with someone? Like some of us are more focused on our work. Some of us are healing from a breakup. Some of, you know, like all of that. We're all on our different journey and our path, of course, right? So what is a message from our romance energy, from the romance energy from the universe, from the 29th to December 6th? Reconciliation fell out. Now, I mean, reconciliation, Mercury retrograde, some of you have seen people come back in November from your past, especially, you know, old lovers, you know, old relationships and friendships and stuff. So says, you know, someone from your past is returning to your life. I actually ended 2 connections recently, myself personally, with a couple of different people from my past, or, you know, we all go in different cycles when we know that we need to end something in a situation with someone, and someone could be your neighbor, someone could be your business associate, somebody could be your person, your job, like whatever, right? However, reconciliation is somebody from the past. So pay attention as I'm mentioning, somebody from your past returns. Really take time to review your past relationship with them. You know, people can change as well. People, when they are not or haven't been with you for quite some time, they very well have gone through transformations themselves, and they're like, wow, you know, I just wanted to say apologize for my behavior, my actions, or whatever. That can happen as well. So be really open. Maybe some of you are like, yeah, wow, I keep on thinking of this person or my ex, or, you know, should I reach out? So, you know, that Mercury retrograde, it does bring that through. So it really is up to you. But if you do want to reach out to certain individuals, especially like a past romantic relationship, really ask yourself, like, what qualities do they have that I want? And really pay attention to what wasn't working. You have to look at reality. You know, well, maybe they'll change, Jenny. No, the only way somebody will change is when they make the changes themselves. You have no control over that. You only have control over what changes you want to make within yourself. We can give advice and suggestions. However, it's up to that person specifically, right? So let's have a little chat with our animals. Like, I'm an animal communicator myself, and I get messages from the animals that have passed on, and our animals here currently as well. So I'm going to use Diane Cooper, Archangel Animal. So November 29th to December the 6th. It's the message from our animal world, animal kingdom. Keep seeing elephants, by the way. Really loudly, by the way. So I don't know if some of you are going on a safari or going where there's elephants. Really pay attention to their messages, by the way, of how you're feeling. Jenny, I can't read the animals. You don't have to. Just go by your intuition. Like, if you're kind of feeling, I don't know about this, then listen to that, right? Dolphin, live joyfully in the present, by Archangel Joyce. Dolphins are very intelligent animals, very intelligent animals. I personally went swimming with the dolphins myself a few years back when I was in Hawaii. And what a beautiful experience that was, you know, and it's really important that if you do want to go swimming with dolphins or whatever, don't wear any jewelry, because your jewelry will scratch the dolphins, believe it or not. I didn't realize that. I didn't know that. And the the person who I was on the tour with, you know, he said to everybody, you know, don't, anybody who's wearing jewelry, take it all off, because you can really hurt the dolphins. And I'm like, wow, I didn't. So of course, you know, I take my jewelry off, but when I travel, I wear bare minimal jewelry myself. I don't like to be flashy or noticed. You know, I usually might buy, you know, some type of a jewelry maybe locally, but it's something low key. It's not something very expensive. You know, maybe like an island necklace that's like $20 or something, right? You know, that's just myself. That's just myself. I don't want to, and I carry a big purse with me because, you know, and a lot of people when I travel, they think I live there no matter where I'm at, because I don't like to have all of these shopping bags, and I don't need things. I don't need things at all. I go for the journey and the adventure, and meeting like new people. I always meet new members of my soul tribe whenever I travel. Just like, wow, you know, I just love it. I just love it. Everywhere I travel to, I always meet people from my other once upon a time, other lifetime, and new soul tribe people that I connect with. Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. So let's have a little chat with some earth magic, shall we? By Stephen Farmer. Let's have a little chat, shall we? So what is the message from the universe from November 29th to December the 6th? The message from our universe. Sanctuary, cave. Wow. Some of you, you know, I said this week that you very well are going to want to do some soul searching, because you're going to be healing some ancestral memories. You very well could be having certain flashbacks of other lifetimes. You very well could be experiencing certain things that you have been through that were traumatic or very painful, especially back in your childhood days. We still have that Chiron energy this year that goes up. So whenever those little memories start coming up, face it. Don't run from it. Don't run from it, because it's going to be easy to get triggered, especially whenever we have some deep wounds. It could just take one word, one experience, one sound, like anything. We all get triggered in our own way. You know, maybe some of you, you know, want to have a man cave. Oh, you know what? I need my own space, dear. You know, and we all need our own space. We all do, you know, and it's like, no matter if I ever, you know, like get married one day, um, or live with someone, let's say, I'm still going to want my own space. And it has nothing to do with my person or my partner at all. You know, I respect his space and what he's doing, but he also has to respect my space, that I need my space and time alone, because I do meditate throughout the day, every day. So, you know, really find out what it is you want, you know, really, and open your heart to, you know what, honey, it's just, it's not you or whatever. I just need my own space so I can reflect on my day and really think things through and find my grounding and so on. Or maybe I just want to sit back and read my book and have that quiet time, or like whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, right? Like, you know, some guys are like, they want to have a pool table and some of their guy friends over, or whatever, and have time for them. Absolutely. There's people that are like that. You can't have friends because you're married. Like, that's ridiculous. That's insane. That's just myself. You know, of course I would say, you know, go out and have fun with your friends. You know, you're coming back to me. That's all that matters, right? I don't worry about if somebody was trying to, you know, pick up my person. That, you know, that happens. That can happen at any time. It's how your person responds to that, right? If I was in a relationship, which I'm not, but if I was in a relationship and I had other guys trying to pick me up, if I said yes, oh yeah, sure, here's my number, then that's on me, right? So really think of that. You can't go after the other woman. It's how your person responds to whoever it is, right? Soul search, you guys. Soul search. Seriously, really pay attention. So let's just kind of pull a couple of cards, or maybe just one more card from this deck for some reason. The Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reed. Maybe you guys are getting drawn to certain destinations you want to travel to, and so on and so on, or move to environments and so on and so on. What is the message? 29th to the 6th of December. It's the message. 29th to the 6th of December. Oh, too many cards. Cards. You know, there's so many different ways to heal, and you have to go on what feels right for you, what really feels right for you. You know, we all heal in our own way. I mean, I take space and time for myself. I've always dealt with things on my own, right? So that's just myself. And, you know, getting in touch with nature, that's especially too why I have this background. Look how beautiful that is. Like, you know, some of you might want like a shamanic healing. Some of you might want ayahuasca. Some of you might be like, you know what, I want to go swimming or get away or like whatever, you know what I mean? We all heal in our own way. So let's talk to the universe and see what comes. Wow, what card comes out. And just as I was talking, the commitment card comes out. However, now listen up, you guys. Commitment comes first with yourself. You very well might be making a commitment to you this week about your physical self, making changes physically, listening to your doctor, listening to your wellness practitioner. Maybe some of you are going to be signing up for classes at the gym or getting a trainer, or be like, you know what, I'm going to change my diet. It's just not working for me anymore. And maybe some of you are getting involved in a new relationship. Maybe some of you are getting married or getting proposed to. Commitment also is contract. So be very careful, by the way, when you are signing contracts, especially during Mercury retrograde. That's why I took advantage and jumped into this place before Mercury retrograde came. So whenever you are going to sign something new, make sure you understand what you're getting involved with. You know, have a solicitor, a lawyer, read those fine print or whatever before signing, or get, you know, like, make sure you know. That's very important. Maybe some of you are ready to commit to someone, or reach out and say, hey, you know, I'm wanting more of a commitment. You know, let's move in together. You know, whatever it is, right? So commitment is anything, agreements, partnerships of any kind and such like that. You know, you very well could be dissolving partnerships. You very well could be dissolving your relationships, certain things too. So this is why it's like this unexpected energy is coming this week, you guys. So make sure that you are staying true to yourself and such like that. You know, like my channel, make some comments, please. You know, like click like on my channel. You know, make some comments. Let me know what's going on. What changes have you guys been making for yourself? What are you committing to? What are you healing from? You know, what's your goals? How many of you are starting to set new goals for 2025 and so on and so on and so on? You know, as I mentioned, I went back on my vision board and checked anytime I complete goals, I check it off, check it off. And I believe like I've actually checked off like some really big things that I've actually accomplished so far this year. And I'm like, wow, that's really good. You know, we have short-term goals and long-term goals. The things that I've been completing have been my long-term goals, right? Certain things like that. So short-term goals can be something as simple as signing up for a class, signing up for an exercise class, signing up for like whatever, right? So anyways, thank you for tuning in, you guys. You know, make sure that you subscribe to my channel if you want to get more content and everything like that, and pay attention to when I'm doing some readings. Follow me Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins or Jeni Ji Photography, and we will chat again soon. Namaste.